Okay, guys, so today's video, I want to show you guys how to 2x your booked calls because a lot of people have a really hard time with setting their DMs and booking appointments in the DMs. And I want to make sure that this is not a problem for you and your business. Okay, so we want to verify something right up front. Okay, there's one job of an appointment setter, and it's going to be to book qualified calls, not book random calls, book qualified calls. Okay, this is the doorway. It's nothing past it. You're not pitching, you're not selling. You are qualifying. You're making sure that the people you book calls with are worthy of booking calls with. Okay, think security at a club, right? They qualify. They ensure that the intention is right to let somebody in, and they only let the people in who deserve to be let in. Okay, so what actually is going to matter the most in your DMs is going to be, number one, is going to be speed. Okay, if you don't answer quickly, they're not going to come back. That's just a reality. Okay, so you need to make sure that you're answering every message within 5 minutes, in my opinion, or you're not going to have the amount of book calls that you want. Okay, number two is going to be you need to sound human. Okay, and the next thing is going to be you need to qualify early and disqualify freely. If someone's not qualified, just leave it. There's no point in having the conversation with them if they're not qualified. Curiosity, not pitch. So you're asking questions only. You're not telling them any solutions. You're questioning them. Follow up is going to be the whole game. Okay, so if you're not following up with your leads, that is the thing that's holding you back right now. What does not matter is going to be perfect grammar and long paragraphs, pitching, the perfect opener, feeling formal, and debating objections in text. You don't want to object handle, because like if you're objection handling when you're DMing someone, can you imagine what the sales call is going to look like? You're going to be objection handling their entire sales call. You don't want that. Okay. So also volume with no tracking. That's not going to help you. You're sending 100 DMs a day and you're not putting them anywhere. You have no idea who you're even talking to. Okay. So 3 parts to 0 leads. Okay. So part 1 is going to be every combo gets a stage immediately. So new, in the conversation, qualifying, booked, no show, follow up, dead. Okay. So this needs to be stored in a pipeline. You need to ensure that in your pipeline, you're tracking every stage of the conversation and where they're dying. Okay. The pipeline is going to be the source of truth. The inbox is going to lie to you. It's going to tell you you have a bunch of messages in there, but they may not mean anything to your business. And that's why people have such a hard time with running ads, for example, is they get a bunch of messages coming in, but they have no idea where anyone's at. So they have no idea when to follow up with the next lead. And that's going to kill your business. So part 2 is going to be a follow-up cadence that nobody skips, and then going, through this process, day 2, day 4, day 7, nurture, these people need to be contacted immediately. They have a problem. That's why they reached out to you. If you can't solve the problem on day 1, maybe you can solve it on day 2. Maybe they need to realize how bad the problem is on day 7. And, some people, they may be nurtured for months and then book a call with you and close. So don't leave that revenue on the table. Chase these people down. Be pushy. You are desperate to book sales calls, okay? So if you're desperate to book sales calls, act like it, okay? So part 3 is going to be the daily sweep, actually making sure that all of this is done. Every lead, right stage, next action, okay? 10 minutes every day. You need to focus on doing this. And what you need to focus on, simply put, is going to be speed, staying human, qualifying everybody who comes in, curiosity, and run everything through the pipeline. And watch the qualified calls booked. Not the message received. They don't matter. That doesn't matter at all. Okay. So I will get into a script on one of my next videos here. But in the meantime, you need to focus specifically on these things the most. And number 1, speed is going to be everything. Okay. And also making sure that you're not pitching anyone. You're not telling anybody in a DM you can solve their problem. Like, that doesn't fucking matter. You don't even know who that person is yet. So don't tell them that. Don't pitch them. They don't want to be pitched. They also, if you tell them you can solve their problem, they're not going to believe you because you don't know enough about them to know if you can solve their problem. So when you're booking the call, be like, yeah, I think this is something that I can handle, but I'm going to have to talk to you a little bit more about this over our call to make sure that we're actually a good fit. Instead of just being like, oh yeah, 100% I can solve your problem. Like, they don't believe that. So they're not going to get on a call with you. So tell them you're curious. You want to know more about them to know whether they're a good fit for your program. Okay. So if you guys have any questions about this, then you can send me an Instagram DM coach, and that's how I'll answer you. And if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Brent Chavasol. I've done over $1.5 million in fitness sales before I hit 25 years old, and I've coached over 700 athletes. So I know that this works in the fitness space. If you guys have any questions, like I said, DM me coach on Instagram.